Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Andy Berg, the city engineer for the city of Sioux Falls. I want to thank everyone for coming this afternoon to our construction kickoff press conference. This is an exciting time of year for us each year as we formally get to kick off the season. We've got some projects already started and others coming up soon. So today we're going to speak to you about some of the highlights on the bigger projects around town. With us today, we've got multiple city staff, Brad Ludens, Tony Ondercheck from our engineering group, Shannon Verhey with the engineering group, Dustin Hanson, our street superintendent, and then Harry Johnston from the South Dakota Department of Transportation. He is our area engineer and will be here to answer any questions related to any of our partnering projects with the South Dakota DOT. And then lastly, Director of Public Works, Mark Cotter as well. So thank you all for joining me today and some of you for speaking as well. First and foremost, want to thank our City Council and Mayor's administration for the support they've given us. This is a large endeavor every year. This year we're spending a little over $60 million of sales tax dollars on our street transportation system. It's a big ask, and we greatly appreciate their support as we move forward into this year's work. We also, in addition to that $60 million, we have dollars that come from the South Dakota DOT on these partnering projects such as Arrowhead Parkway and 41st and I-29 Interchange project, which will be spoke to in more detail in a little bit here. With the transition from winter to spring, along with construction, we also see potholes start popping up around town. The city always encourages folks as we start seeing those to use our OneLink app to report those. This is a busy time of year. We have anywhere from 5 to 7 crews out this time of year filling those potholes. So we love to get them reported, but we are out addressing them as fast as we can as well. So the other thing I want to stress, just with construction season starting up, Minnesota Avenue has already started. You know, the orange cones are out there for a reason. Please, everybody, be patient, drive safely, slow down. Find that alternate route, allow yourself some extra time, and just be patient with the crews. We know it's a challenge for folks, but it always, in the end, means a smoother road for everybody involved. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to Brad Ludens to go through some of our highlighted projects. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Andy. The first project I want to touch on today is one that's generated quite a bit of buzz around the community over the last few weeks, and that's the 41st Street and I-29 interchange. That's a project that we're working on in conjunction with the South Dakota Department of Transportation, and what we're doing there is constructing a diverging diamond interchange. We're widening 41st Street to 3 lanes in each direction from I-29 west to Marion Road. We're installing new underground utilities, new concrete surfacing, and a center median on 41st Street. Work on 41st Street will include reconstruction of the Marion Road interchange all the way to the east to Shirley Avenue. One of the big questions we always get about this project is, why are you constructing a diverging diamond interchange? Tell me about that. And essentially, the main reason, the main driver behind this project is the traffic congestion on 41st Street. We have a high number of left turners that need to get from 41st Street onto the interstate, especially in the morning peak hour. And the diverging diamond configuration is one of the most efficient ways to move that left turning traffic onto the intersecting roadway. So that's the main driver behind why we're looking at the diverging diamond interchange, is it increases traffic capacity with those left turning movements and also reduces accidents significantly just because you're removing a lot of those conflict points. Construction in 2022 will consist of work on 41st Street from just west of the interstate to the west to Marion Road. In 2023, we'll come back and work on the interchange itself and on 41st Street east to Shirley Avenue. 1 lane of traffic will be maintained at all times on 41st Street. Marion Road will be closed for 2 separate times this summer as we're working in the intersection. Sometime we think around June, Marion Road south of 41st Street will be closed, and then again sometime this fall, we think probably September, Marion Road will be closed north of 41st Street as part of that intersection reconstruction. Work out there will start March 28th, which is next Monday. We expect final completion won't take place until the spring of 2024, so you'll see a lot of work going on out there over the course of the next 2 years plus. The initial phase of construction next week, we'll have traffic diverted to the south side of 41st Street while we bring a water main and a storm drainage pipe from the north side of 41st to the south side of 41st. That work will take about a week or so, and then after that, construction will start in earnest on the south side of 41st Street, and we'll have the one lane of traffic in each direction on the north side of 41st Street. The bid amount on that project is $44 million. We have a project webpage set up for this project. It's siouxfalls.org/41st-DDI. Want to just point out to your viewers and listeners that we've got a webcam out there, so people can go out there to check out the progress of construction, take a look at what traffic's doing. We've got the Diverging Diamond information videos out there, so if people are still kind of wondering, what that Diverging Diamond is and what it will look like when it's all said and done, we've got those videos out there. And we'll also be providing construction updates during construction. We will update the webpage every 2 weeks, and there's a spot for you to sign up on the webpage to receive those updates via email when we get those updated. Next project I want to touch on this afternoon is Minnesota Avenue from Russell Street to 2nd Street. This is the first phase of a multi-year project to reconstruct Minnesota Avenue from Russell Street all the way down to 18th Street. It will be a full reconstruction project including new underground utilities, concrete surfacing, a center median, wider sidewalks, and streetscaping. One interesting aspect about this project is replacement of a large diameter water main in Minnesota Avenue. We're replacing the existing 36-inch water main and replacing it with a 42-inch water main. And this water main carries a very significant portion of the city's water supply during peak times during the summer. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 40% of the water flows through this particular pipe that we're replacing. So it just goes to show a lot of the advanced planning and coordination that's required in order to maintain water service to the residents of Sioux Falls while also reconstructing this critical piece of infrastructure. We'll be maintaining one lane of traffic on Minnesota in each direction during construction, but we are going to prohibit left turns from Minnesota Avenue into businesses and driveways. So if you're accessing one of those businesses along Minnesota Avenue, you want to make sure to plan ahead so you can make sure you're turning right into those businesses. Work actually began out on Minnesota Avenue on March 14th. We expect all lanes will be open to traffic later this fall, and there'll be some streetscaping and landscaping work that we'll have to come back next spring to finish up on. And we also have a project webpage set up for this project at siouxfalls.org/Minnesota-phase 1. The last project I want to talk about this afternoon is the Arrowhead Parkway and 6 Mile Road intersection reconstruction. This is another project that we're working on in conjunction with the South Dakota Department of Transportation. And this project consists of the reconstruction and widening of Arrowhead Parkway from 10th Street through to the Willow Run entrance, as well as reconstruction, widening, and realigning of 6 Mile Road for about a quarter mile north and south of Arrowhead Parkway. And this project will include underground utilities, concrete surfacing, traffic signals, and a center median. The main reason why we're realigning 6 Mile Road on this project is if you look at a map, 6 Mile Road runs pretty much straight north-south, while Arrowhead Parkway comes in at an angle that creates quite a skew there. It's not a safe configuration for pedestrians or for motorists. So we're realigning 6 Mile Road so that it crosses Arrowhead Parkway at closer to a 90-degree angle, again to enhance that pedestrian and motorist safety through the intersection. There will be several street closures involved with this project. Where the project is currently out for bids right now, so the timing and whatnot of those closures will depend a great deal on who the contractor is and how quickly they can get materials and things like that on site. But we do know that Arrowhead Parkway will be closed east of 6 Mile Road for about 3 months, and we don't know if that'll be later this fall or potentially early 2023. Arrowhead Parkway will also be closed west of 6 Mile Road for about 1 week sometime this fall. And 6 Mile Road will be closed for about 2 months this summer while we do the realignment work, but we will have that open by the middle of August for school to start. We're opening bids on that on April 6th. We expect work to begin this May, and we won't finish up on that project until next summer. The cost estimate for that project is $18 million, and we don't have a project webpage created yet for that one, but we will have one created in short order. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I'll turn it over to Tony Ondachek, who'll talk about a couple more projects that we're working on this year.
Thanks, Brad. I'm Tony Ondercheck, and I'm a principal engineer with the City of Sioux Falls and on the project and construction team. Today, two major projects I'll be highlighting will be on the southeast side of Sioux Falls. The first one I'm talking about is 41st Street and Sycamore Avenue. This project will reconstruct and widen the intersection of 41st and Sycamore to increase traffic capacity, improve intersection efficiency, and enhance the overall safety of the intersection. Some additional improvements at this location will include concrete pavement in the intersection. Utility updates will include new water main, sanitary sewer, storm drainage, street lights, and traffic signals. The Sycamore Avenue corridor will be milled and resurfaced from 28th Street to 57th Street. On this stretch, we'll also be doing some concrete repairs along with updating new accessible pedestrian ramps. The intersection of 33rd and Sycamore Avenue will be partially reconstructed, and basically we're doing this just to improve the ride quality through that intersection. This will be closed once school's out for the summer, and it'll be done in two phases, but it will be open prior to school starting in the fall. We'll also be doing some additional traffic signal improvements at 41st and Bonson, along with 33rd Street and Sycamore. One thing to note that we will have one lane of traffic in each direction during construction, so commuters will want to make sure that they leave early so that they allow extra time in their schedule to arrive at time for their destination. The work is anticipated to start later this spring with project completion in early November. The cost of this project is $6 million. The second project I'm going to talk about is Cliff Avenue. This project consists of reconstruction and widening of Cliff Avenue from 49th Street to 56th Street. The current configuration there, we got two lanes going northbound and only one going southbound. And so it really creates a bottleneck there at Tomore Road. So to accommodate the extra volume of traffic that we're seeing in this area, we're gonna have 4 lanes of traffic, so we'll be widening to the west in that area. Once this is done, though, it should greatly increase the efficiency of this corridor. Some additional improvements along this stretch will include concrete surfacing, and we'll also be doing some utility upgrades there. We'll be doing new water main, sanitary sewer repair, storm drainage replacement, and some lighting improvements. Cliff Avenue, one thing to note, Cliff Avenue will be closed once school's out during construction. There will be a detour set up for this, and we do anticipate they'll have at least a lane in each direction once school starts up in the fall. This project has not been light yet, but it's bidding on March 31st, and we're anticipating work to start later this spring with a completion date in November. The estimated cost for this project is roughly $3.8 million. So those are the two projects I was gonna talk about today. One thing, as you can see, it's gonna be a busy construction year again this year. And so for extra details and up-to-date information, please go to our street construction webpage. That we try to update that webpage every 2 weeks. So people can go to that website and sign up for emails to get updates on construction projects via email. And I guess with that, I'll turn it over to Dustin Hanson to talk about the street rehabilitation program. Thanks.
Thanks, Tony. I don't know about anybody else, but this is my favorite time of year. No more snow and get into street construction. So I know we got a lot of it this year, but I'll talk a little bit about some of the projects we'll be doing. This year we'll be affecting over 200 blocks of mill and overlay, and then over 400 blocks of slurry seal. The mill and overlay program, our team, along with contractors, work together in neighborhoods. We have close to 10 neighborhoods that will affect. They'll take about 2 to 3 weeks per project, and then the slurry seal, it's a fast-moving project. Typically, we like to see 4 to 8 weeks from the time the contractor comes in to the time we're completed. We are working with a new contractor this year, ASCO, who's a local contractor, so that'll be good experience for them. One of the things that we started last year was notifications. So if you live in one of these areas that are affected by a mill and overlay or a slurry seal, you can actually sign up to get notifications via a phone call, a text message, or an email. You just simply go to, it's kind of like our snow alert, you simply go to siouxfalls.org/alert, and then you can sign up with your address. And if we're in your area, you'll actually get a notification when we're coming to your area and when we're done. That way we can get cars off the streets and you know construction's going to start. Another thing, if you want to just kind of follow along with our projects, with our mill and overlay and slurry seal, you can go to siouxfalls.org/overlay or siouxfalls.org/slurry seal, and you can see the progress that we are working on through the year. The other thing that we've kind of done the past few years is we do a lot of asphalt issues. So you'll see our crews around town that they may do a 2x2 patch or they may do a 20x100 patch. This kind of extends the life of our streets rather than just going through and potholing or doing a quick patch. So you see those crews around town as well. Some of our concrete projects, a big one is on Cliff Avenue from 26th to Pam Road. This will be a similar project like we did on Kiwanis Avenue last year. This is about a $2.9 million project. We'll do partial depth repairs, diamond grind, and then a reseal on that surface. And then there'll be numerous concrete repairs on our concrete streets across the city. And then we'll be doing a big Techcrete project on 18th Street from Kiwanis to West. So with that, I will open it up to questions.